Hey friends, Caitlin here from the Homestyle Honey. In today's video, I'm going to go through some of my thrifting and yard sale finds. I'm going to take you thrifting and yard saling with me as I find treasures. That is one of my favorite ways to decorate my home and even just get like useful, necessary items on a budget. And you get the thrill of the hunt, but then you're not paying full retail prices. Plus, it is way more green than buying stuff new. And to me, this is just like a fun way to get out. Recently, my sister and me and my girls and my nieces all went out and we did some thrifting at Goodwill. And then I've been yard sailing with my mom and one of my daughters and also the baby. And it's just been such a great way to just be able to get out and enjoy ourselves. So in between the garden, the DIY, the chickens, I've been refinishing some furniture. I just finished some gorgeous tables. I'm going to show you the quick before and after on, and now they're placed and in the living room. And I'm also working on some shelves that are just about done, and they were also a yard sale find. So come along with me today. For a whopping $30 on Facebook Marketplace, I got these two gorgeous French provincial tables. They looked like a typical end tables with the thick built-up lacquer, and were just a little bit dated looking. What I ended up doing was sanding down the top a lot with about a 40 grit sandpaper, and then finishing it with a 220 fine grit sandpaper. I also did use some stain stripper just to really get that thick enamel-like stain off the top. I did not sand the legs since I knew I was going to paint them. Or no, I didn't sand them heavily, I should say. I just gave them a light sand, and then I gave everything about 3 or 4 coats of spray paint, just using a chalky finish. And then I took off the top where I covered with paper, sanded any white that had bled through, and then I took the top and just gave it 2 coats of clear stain. After the stain had time to sit and dry and cure, I used a clear water-based polyurethane just to seal the top and hopefully protect it from wet glasses and anything like that. From there, they were ready to go in our living room, and I could not be more thrilled with how these turned out. I definitely recommend doing a two-tone approach on any projects that you refinish. They look really great, and it's a very on-trend style. These are some of the things I got at a couple yard sales this weekend for about $75. The first is this faux wood whitewashed tier stand. It said it is a cupcake stand. I think it'll be great for just displaying things in my home. I got this cute little whitewashed wood stand. This wash and dry laundry service is going to go in my laundry room. This metal eat stand, this cute little candle holder, and this sweet little blanket, Peter Rabbit blanket. Like, look at this print, isn't that so adorable? Little white ruffles and green gingham. I think this was $1. And all of this came from one yard sale for about $30. I think there's also a frame that didn't make it into this shop. And then for about 40 bucks, I got this pitcher, this little like country pitcher, this little rustic wood stand, a couple little pieces of this faux cotton, a sweet little teapot. I have my grandmother's vintage teapots, so those will go with it. got 3 of these bright green and red hand knitted stockings. I just loved these. I thought these were so fun. I couldn't help myself. Some nice gingham fabric. Another picture. So these pictures will look really good together. I'm actually going to probably resell them at a vintage sale. And then just some little things like a food umbrella. Cute little vintage girl dress patterns. This is the matching piece of the teapot or tea set. So I have all these pretty tea sets from my grandmother's collection, so this will go with them. A little like easy learn how to sew book. We went to this massive estate sale that was more than one household. Same thing, some like pretty little vintage dresses. Just coloring crayons. My daughter picked out a teddy bear. We always end up with a teddy bear. We got a water bath canner. That actually came from a separate yard sale. From the same estate sale, I got this crossed back apron. So you can see, you put it on and you just will cross over. And then I got a couple of mason jars at another yard sale. And then I got a bunch of sewing stuff. I don't have a whole lot of sewing stuff, and so this is gonna help me get into it more. I got a brand new board, all of this fabric, some more thread. Oh, I said fabric, I meant thread. All of this thread right here, all of this thread, and then a little cutter for that. And so all of that was such a good deal. And then be able to get started sewing and crafting, and I've got some great decor for a great price. From 2 different yard sales, I got all of these terracotta pots and then these other ones. So I spent about $12, which one of these size pots is usually like $10 a piece. So it's a great price. And then I also got these fun little wooden trays that are gonna get used with my micro bakery display, maybe used down the road for some storage, and then fun little mason jar hanging wire racks. I used to hate thrifting, but I have come around as I found it such a great way to find home decor items and even just things to DIY or organize my home. Prices at Goodwill have gone up, but it's still way more affordable, and you can find such fun, amazing treasures. I had a hard time not taking home even more than I did. I wasn't able to resist getting that cute little red barn for my daughter, along with a handful of other items I'll show you that I styled in our breezeway. So this was one of the things that just came from our thrifting adventure. I got this for $3.99 from Goodwill. I love this. I think it's just so pretty. I'm gonna leave it as is, and it has all of this pretty detailing. So just a little tray for $5.99. I got this cute little metal black pitcher. Oops. for 99 cents, a cute little bowl. I actually don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I'm probably gonna put like jewelry in there, but it also might go in our breezeway. And then I love a good cloche and like wooden dish with a cloche. And then I love a good cloche or cheese plate. And so this I got for $3.99. It's probably gonna go with some of the other ones I have in my living room. But I just think these are so fun. And for a good deal, you know, this is something that can easily go upwards of 20 bucks. So getting it for $4 felt pretty good. The decor in this area still isn't finished, but I like having a few more things to fill out that shelf as I continue to thrift and hit up yard sales. I know I'll add more treasures, and one of the great things about thrifting is your style and your items are always evolving, and it can be fun to just change them out with any whim or season. Thanks so much for watching, friends. I hope that you enjoyed all of my yard sale and thrifted finds and my table makeover. Please let me know in the comments what was your favorite. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you can follow along on the channel.